Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here today. In today's video, I'm going to be designing and building a playground area in the Forest of Valor. After building my petting zoo, I couldn't help but think that this entire area should be centered around fun, kid-friendly family activities. Now this video is a little bit different as I did decorate this area during a recent Twitch stream, so if things look just a little bit different, it's because I took that stream and edited it into this speed build. Without further ado, let's get on with it. When I started this build, I already had the entrance area done and had already pulled out some pieces out of my inventory that I thought I may want to include in the area. Before I started decorating, I was cleaning up my valley and I got these amazing columns from a furniture pouch and knew they needed to be included in this area. So I used them in front of the arch to make it look like the flags were hanging from them. Like a lot of players, I've been hoarding these rolls of wrapping paper from Christmas. While I didn't yet have an exact layout really in mind, I knew one of the elements that I wanted to include in this build was a sandbox, and I thought the wrapping paper rolls would make a great border. Since I used the asphalt pathway in the petting zoo just across the way, I decided to continue using it here for my walkway through my playground. For the sandbox, I used the sun-baked earthen path to mimic sand. As I was laying it down, I realized that the layout I had placed wouldn't allow me to create a perfect square, so I had to do a little bit of moving around to make it work. I wanted to create the illusion that the sandbox had actually been used, so I took some sand out of my inventory and dropped it to scatter around my sandbox. I then placed a few random items around to mimic sand toys. I stuck with the basic benches in this area for more of a park feel and created a seating area right outside of the sandbox. As soon as I saw that the fountain tiles were working in the most recent update, I got the idea in my head that I wanted to build a splash pad in my game, and across from the sandbox just seemed to be the perfect place. I started by fencing off how far back I wanted the area to go. I placed the Mickey and Friends statue as the middle of the splash pad initially, and then placed fountain tiles all around it, but it does change quite a bit, and you'll see all of the changes that I do end up making by the end of the video. I've been wanting to use this gem and opal road for quite a while and knew it needed to be someplace smaller because of how expensive it is, and this area just seemed perfect. I was still short and had to mine for some more gems, but I do fill it all in eventually. After placing the seating area next to the splash pad, I went back and adjusted the seating area next to the sandbox. Building and decorating, for me anyway, involves a lot of adjusting and readjusting of items. Next to the sandbox, I wanted a playground area. I'm hoping in the future we can actually get some real playground equipment, but for now, I'm just using some of the various larger toy items, and I'm kind of thinking of them as those little playground toys that are on springs. Directly across from that little playground, I created another little playground area that I kind of imagine is for the smaller kiddos. I used the city model from Lilo and Stitch and then placed several other smaller toys around that. As I was looking around the build and cleaning up the items I decided not to use, I noticed a few things that needed adjusted and then a few things that I wanted to add. So I went around and did that next. For the decorations along the pathway and around the build, I stuck with the underbrush native to the biome, and for trees, I used the tall maples, the birch trees, and I think I actually threw in a couple of the tall fir trees into the area as well. This is when I decided my splash pad looked more like a fountain, so I took out the taller center. I really think this playground area fits in perfectly with my petting zoo that's just across the path. I like it now, but if we are ever lucky enough to get playground equipment in any future update, I would definitely love this area. That's all I had for you today, friends. Until next time, peace out.